Boom. Welcome to Sessions Against the Cage. My name is Thomas. This is Daniel. We are live in New York. This man's in Nevada.
West Coast, baby.
Yes, sir. I do want to talk about a lot of stuff today. This is the first episode. Let's just get right into it. I mean, UFC 276. This gentleman was actually there live. Brought his wife.
Oh man, it was lit.
The gate. They're talking. The gate was over 19,000. The for just for fan wise, they're talking 10.4 million. Outrageous numbers, I would say, without without Conor on the Conor.
Yeah, that was definitely
somebody like Khabib on the card. None of those guys on the card. You're talking big numbers both ways. So, UFC's been doing good. I think it was the 18th straight consecutive sellout, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, back to back to back to back.
Absolutely.
And it's going to keep selling out.
So before we actually
getting better.
So before we actually get into the conversations and discussions of actually the fights, if you want to tell the viewers, if you want to discuss like the atmosphere being there, you actually spent multiple days there. You did the expo, you did the lounge.
It's definitely different just for being there. Like, in my opinion, the best view for me is watching it behind the TV, but just the experience from being there and just the energy and just everybody's vibe is just way different. It's just something you gotta be there to actually feel it. It's hard to explain.
Now,
one of those feelings.
I've been, like I said, I've been a couple times, but you were just there for this event. This is, they would consider this the Super Bowl of the UFC. Would you tell them they have to do
exactly?
They would have to do. Would you say they would have to do VIP? Would you is that like mandatory, no questions asked?
Oh, most definitely, because it just blows it out the roof. It just makes no sense to not get it. It's if you're trying to save a buck, you can. They were charging $40 at the door to get into the expo, but they had mad lines just waiting for the meet and greets. There's people waiting in lines for hours and not even getting to meet and greet. So if you get the VIP pass, you get to skip all those lines and get right in there. Get all your autographs.
You get hospitality though too. Were they serving drinks and food? Like, how did that go at the lounge or at the expo?
Yeah. Actually, it was their first time doing the lounge at the expo. It was pretty awesome. It was smaller than the other lounges, but yeah, they were serving. They had some food and snacks, and they had open bar.
Yeah, that's
it was. They had some meet and greets in there too, so it was pretty awesome.
So all in all, it was definitely a good time. So,
and then it was way different than usual because the expo was at the Las Vegas Convention Center, which was huge.
Now, is that the place where we went to in, was it like 2018, I want to say, or was that with the John Jones
2019? No, that was a different one. That one's I forgot what it's called, but that one was outdoors and it was way smaller. They had a tent set up, but
I remember
this one was actually a huge building, and it was like basically in the warehouse where they had the setup. It was just huge. They had so much stuff in there. That food truck, the food truck Fridays truck was there. Apparently, they were giving out free samples.
It's so all in all, it's worth it. So next year, everybody get your tickets and go. So,
and it also comes included with
your VIP experience.
Reserved seating for the press conference, weigh-ins, and the fights, and
the whole shebang. And then, like you
lounge
said,
experiences.
We were talking before
all that
we went on air, and he said that they were talking about there was about 62 fighters throughout the night just during the fight. So
in the arena.
Yeah, think about that.
But there were a lot that didn't get in there.
Yeah, that's
in the lounge.
I like that. So during the fights, prelims, main card, what was your favorite fight?
Oh man, that's hard. I would have to say either the Lawler fight or the main event. Oh, and the co-main event, actually. One of those three. Those are definitely the top three. But yeah, the Lawler fight was insane.
The Lawler fight was good. Barberina showed So
Brian had
I didn't
crazy
have,
come.
I didn't have the opportunity to start the podcast beforehand. I wanted to. I wanted to start the podcast before 276, but I knew, well, my thought going in there was Barberina, he was able to withstand Matt Brown. He fought Matt Brown just before, this Robbie Lawler fight. And that's where I gave Barberina this edge, no, Lawler and Robbie and Matt Brown are, they're two different fighters, but again, they're kind of the same. So I have Barberina winning, and the way he won, the way the whole fight played out was absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, it was
So
just
let's just
the
start
way.
let's just start right at the top. Let's do Izzy and Jared Cannonier. What are your thoughts? How do you think it played out? Do you think it kind of reminded you of Yoel Romero and Izzy, or in your standpoint, how do you think it played?
Definitely not. It was a great fight in my opinion. It takes two to tango. So,
True.
so Jared was playing his game, and Izzy was picking it apart, and there was definitely a lot way more shots thrown than the Romero fight at 245. So definitely, it was a great fight. I liked it, in my opinion. I got nothing bad to say about it, and yeah, Jared, he went out there and you know played Izzy's game, and it turned on him.
Yeah, there's a
He
lot
did
of
look good
people.
though. He did look good though.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that just they I don't want to say they're disrespecting Izzy or anything, but you got the actor saying stuff and Izzy responding, like just little things like that. And
Everybody's in there.
again, what he said is, I've never been inside of an octagon, so I don't know what it's like. Again, you don't know what it's like. And it does take two to tango, and I agree. I think Jared Cannonier didn't do as much as he could have. I mean, he didn't want to put
Yeah,
himself in his way. I completely understand. He will not get a title shot for a long time, in my opinion. Unfortunately, that's how I feel. Moving on, the dominance, the pure dominance of Alexander Volkanovski. The man broke his hand in the first round.
man.
He
It's
broke his
wild.
hand in the first round.
They try to
And
take his head off.
and tell me one fight, because I know you watched almost all Max Holloway's fights. One fight Max
Oh
Holloway
man.
looked like he did. I've never seen Max Holloway look like that. Max Holloway made Brian Ortega, Calvin Cater, Pantera,
Oh man.
all of them. He made all of them look like what Volkanovski made it do.
He looked like.
I was sitting there watching that, and I was just dumbfounded. I was astonished at what that man just accomplished in those 5 rounds.
No one's ever done that to Max.
What was now you watching that fight live in the arena? What was
Man,
going on? What do you think happened to Max, man?
I don't know, Max. I think Max is still the same. He's still a killer, but Max is just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, Alexander Volkanovski, I think literally is the pound for pound best at 145. There's no questions asked about that. There's talks of him moving up, and we'll get into it in a couple minutes about what do we think is going to be next, but I don't think he should move up yet.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
there's
What
still a couple
about
fights in there that in the mix.
what do you think about Sean Strickland, man?
I don't know. Same with just like the main event, just like Jared. He played Alex's game. He was trying
Yo,
to strike with a world class striker, and he just left himself open.
listen, that left hand was so hard. It wasn't. Listen, yeah. If he hits Izzy with that, Izzy's gonna go back out with those 4-ounce gloves. He went to, as Izzy said, we fought with pillow gloves on before. Understandable. It's MMA. I don't know what Izzy's gonna do differently in MMA. He's not gonna take him down. I mean, can you tell me something that's actually different? So the interview that they had and Izzy said, those were pillow gloves. This is MMA. It's different. There's nothing different. He can still knee you. He can still he can elbow you. He's got the 4-ounce gloves on now. That left hand. Listen,
that hook.
Strickland, dude.
Props
The
to
way he
Strickland,
fell.
because anybody else would have went.
I think that's a fight that I would definitely go to live. I would want to see that live since the hype's there now. It was there before, but now it's actually
Exactly.
yeah. So I feel bad for Sean though. He was
He
on the
definitely made a statement.
oh, dude, yeah. I feel bad for Sean though. He was on the receiving side of a bad knockout. That's bad.
Yeah, exactly. Just the way he
That's
put him out after he dropped him.
oh my god. That's listen, man. The whole card was phenomenal, but that right there, that knockout was just it was just I don't know, it was
It was
awesome.
nasty. I didn't expect that at all.
No, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say not because he's done
Considering how he did his last fight, in my opinion, he was getting beat
yeah,
up
but
a little bit in his
But
last fight. But
Bruno was
maybe
like
he was hustling.
he was more or less his size. I mean, Strickland's like a welterweight, bro. I mean, he fought Usman. He got knocked out by Usman.
Small, yeah.
So, but all right, so that's the main card. There's a couple of things I want to talk about before we talk about what we think is going to be for these winners. But Jalen Turner, 45 seconds against Rydell. Holy fuck.
Nasty. I didn't expect that either.
It was I had him picked. I picked the
Uh,
Chancellor to win. It was
he's really good. He's lanky and powerful.
that's what it was. It was
The
the
way he
length.
moves, just I knew he was really good from the jump, but
When he
I was
broke into
still
that
taking Riddell, and I didn't expect that at all.
he broke into that top 15 and it was only took him 45 seconds, but
Easy,
we'll discuss him. We'll put
easy.
him because I wanted to see what was next for the main card fighters, but I do want to put him in there. And this next guy we're gonna talk about. 3 straight, 2 knockouts, 1 submission. Jim Miller, bro. Old school Jim Miller.
He's still in there, hanging in with them like Arlovsky and Glover.
How many
Still
people
doing it.
cried? How many people do you think cried when Cowboy retired in that
I'm
arena?
excited to
Drunk people.
see. Oh man, they have to die for him, and cheering for him. So it was definitely emotional. He's
That
one of the
listen,
greats. He's a legend. Definitely on his way to the Hall of Fame.
that was awesome, dude. That whole entire that when he retired, I was pissed. I was like, I wanted to be there so bad live to be in the arena for that. No, there's no questions asked.
Yeah,
So okay. So the rankings, the rankings have came out. Alex Pereira's they put him in 6th.
wow.
Do you think it will be Izzy and Pereira for the next fight?
I
Izzy's
mean, the
Izzy's
boss
next
man
fight?
Dana White said it himself, but
There's
the
nobody
money's
else.
right. Something else comes up.
There's nobody else for Izzy to fight. That's the
Yeah,
fight. And that I agree though. That's the fight to make. It's a good fight. I think it will sell out.
but he's got 2 wins over Izzy, so I mean, it makes sense.
100%. So moving on up, Alexander Volkanovski. I think there's only one clear cut fight for me, and that's the Josh Emmett fight.
Definitely.
Just to see, just to
Just
see
the
where it's at.
performance to put on against Cater.
Yeah,
He definitely. I didn't expect that at all either. It was just everything's just getting better. Everyone's getting better, and just the fights are getting crazier.
dude, they're all getting good. I'm actually looking at this top 15. Bro, you got well, let's say Volk and Emmett fight for the title. You got Ortega and Yair fighting. Okay.
Yes.
Cater just fought. You got Arnold Allen Giga Chikate, Bryce Mitchell. You got that what's his name? Movsar Evlov. Bro. Dan
A
Ige.
bunch of killers.
So yeah, I think Volk. But I'm looking at that. So I'm like I said, I just read those rankings off to you. I think you give him Josh Emmett. He beats Emmett, then let him move up right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't he needs to I think he should fight Emmett. That's just me.
Definitely before moving up.
Oh my god, dude. We're over here talking about Pedro Munoz, Sean O'Malley.
So they should have show. Oh man, you should have heard it in there. When he was Sugar Show was walking out, it was definitely different.
Yeah. Crowd was liking it.
Oh man, they were loving it. The atmosphere was crazy.
I mean, do they
Getting
rematch?
goosebumps about it.
Do they rematch it?
I think so.
You think?
It just happened too quick. Like it was just crazy how it all happened. They definitely need to run it back. I don't
Nah.
know if that's Sean's next move, but sometime in the
In the
future they
future?
gotta run it back.
Yeah.
Let Pedro let Pedro get another winner too.
I got one for you right here. He can either do I got Pedro Munoz versus number 11 Ricky Simone.
That
That's
one would be nice.
and I got
Simone's looking nice.
and I got Sean O'Malley fighting either A, number 12 ranked Frankie Edgar, or number 7th ranked Rob Font.
Oh man.
Yeah, exactly. I think those fights are beautiful.
I see him taking that Frankie Edgar fight just to take out a legend.
It's a good fight.
And definitely going after that Rob Font fight right after.
Do you what is Brian Barberine on? I know he's on at least a 2-fight win streak. Is he on? Is he on more of a let me look real quick.
2, if not 3, yeah.
Cause you know
It's
you gotta look at him and like he should be he's on a 3-fight win streak right now. So you should give him somebody in the top 13, 14, and 15. So, he got a good he's on a he's beat two, good names. He can either you can put him against Michel Pereira, Jeff Hands, Stone Neal, or Li Jing Liang, one of those three.
I know Jingley, he's got a fight coming up soon,
He
so
does, he does.
I'd like to see him go
Michael
against
Chiesa
Ricky.
doesn't have a fight coming up, and he's ranked 11th. So you could do that.
Yep.
You could definitely do that. But then you got fuck, dude. This weight class is crazy. Okay.
There's a lot of killers coming up.
You got Sean Brady.
Waking up.
Sean Brady's still looking for a fight. They're gonna give Sean Brady Gilbert Burns or somebody. Watch.
I'd like to see that.
Watch. That's gonna be the fight probably.
That would be a really good fight.
I know other people were talking about that, but or not that fight, but Sean Brady and somebody. But I don't think Masvidal Gilbert. That might happen.
It's possible.
All right. So the tarantula. Turner, what do you think? What do you think? He's broken in the top 15th, I'm pretty sure. What is he's 155. Let's see where that leaves us. Because 155 is deadly, dude.
Nasty too.
He's actually ranked 14th. He's ranked 14th in the world. Connor's
Okay.
at 12. Okay, I got one right here for you. You
Others
can
at 12.
you can do. This is a great fight. You ready for this one? Jalen Turner versus Armin Saruki, bro, the guy that just fought 2 weekends ago. That's a sick
Set
fight.
that up.
Saruki, yeah, dude. Saruki and
Like
Jalen
this,
Turner
end
on
of
a
the year.
on a pay-per-view on a main card, bro. That's a fucking what? That's I love it.
Fight of the night right there.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And then if you're looking at to get Jim Miller, boost him up a little bit. If Clay Guida and Dan Hooker don't pan out, give Dan Hooker and Jim Miller a fight. Let them rematch it out. We'll see where Jim Miller is at from where he was a couple years ago, and see where Dan Hooker was from those years ago till right now. If Jim Miller put that man back in the top 15.
Exactly.
I see nothing wrong with it at all. At all. So that was last weekend. This weekend, there's some pretty good fights on here. But I mean,
This weekend.
yeah, this weekend's good. But we got no Cody, no love, which is pretty bad. I definitely want to see Cody fight again. But
definitely needs to rack up a couple wins.
I know that fight would have been all right, just to see where he was at. But honestly, I'm looking at the card right now. I like the card a lot. There's a lot of good names on there, a lot of fights I myself personally want to see. Big Michael Johnson fan, want to see where he's at. We got Chase.
He's got a fight for us.
What'd you say?
Michael Johnson, yeah, he's
fighting Malarkey, but so we'll work our way down. But what do you think about RDA and FIZIEV? So for one, RDA is a wicked big underdog. RDA is an underdog. I don't know if you ended up seeing the odds for that.
Not yet.
Okay. So he's the underdog.
The battle of the half ALs.
What'd you say?
The battle of the half ALs.
So
it's gonna be a really good fight.
It is. So I'm not gonna. I don't like to say this, but I feel like a lot of people are just disrespecting RDA with the amount of people that are they're just saying basically it's FIZIEV's time. Now let's look at RDA's fucking rap sheet. Do I need to bring the list up right now?
Oh man.
And then look at FIZIEV.
Who has it here?
He's fought every single person, every person, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
you can't count him out. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna pick him, but you cannot count. That dude's a dog. He is getting older. FIZIEV's on, I can't say he looks like he's on another level. I mean, look at the fight with him and Bobby Green. It really wasn't anything too crazy. So
yeah,
I mean, I have my picks for this weekend. I'm gonna throw them out there in a little bit, but it's hard for me to sit there and say that FIZIEV's gonna sit there and dominate RDA, because you really can't sit there and see where is that? How is that possible?
yeah. RDA is still a killer, and he's had some time off now, so he's gonna be coming in fresh.
He's on what, 3? I think he's on like a 2 or 3 fight win streak too, as well. He's called out your brother Makachev, and he's turned it down. So another fight I'm actually
turned down that fight.
Yeah. Another fight I'm actually surprised to see, but I actually like, is Cynthia Cavallo and Amanda Nunes' wife. I think,
Amanda Nunes,
yeah. I don't know. It's a good fight. I think they both have taken some time off. I think they're both coming off losses, aren't they?
Yeah, Nina just came off of filming the Tough 30 season. So she's been busy doing all that.
Yeah.
So who knows how it's been going in her training, but I mean, she trains with some lady killers, so it should be a good fight.
And then This is the fight I figured you would like to talk about the most of Shevchenko and Courtney Casey.
Oh yeah, shout out to Cast Iron. I'm excited.
Alright.
I'm really excited for that one because Courtney had her performance just blew me away.
Well,
She looked really, really good.
we'll get into the picks in a little bit, but that's a hard one for me to even. She's been robbed so many
Is it?
decisions, dude. I feel so bad when I sit here and I watch and I look at this fight because like I could just see robbery in progress all the way around. Like,
Oh yeah. These
yeah,
judges, I don't know what they be watching.
but if she comes out like her fucking husband, whoo, comes out blazing like that man just did in his last fight. Oh my god.
She trains with a bunch of killers.
Well, I was
You
gonna
know,
say he's in
she's
training
got
camp.
big names.
He's in training camp right
He
now as
fights
well.
the weekend following week.
Yeah, the night before my birthday. But
16th.
he fights the
Oh
30th.
no, on
He
the
fights the 30th in Dallas. So we got Trayshawn Gore. He's fighting again from the Ultimate Fighter. So I mean, all in all, I feel like we have a pretty stacked card. I'll give my picks in a second. Let's talk about some other things before we talk about these picks for these fights this weekend. I want to say that UFC London is what, the 23rd? So what, 2 weeks? It's in London.
coming up. Yeah,
And did you see Darren Till got injured?
Aaron too.
He needs
Yeah, undisclosed injury.
he needs to retire, bro.
When doesn't he pull out?
He's pulled out of like the last 4 or 5 fights. I want to say he's pulled out of a lot of fights. So yeah, it's sad to say that would have
If
been
he doesn't retire, send him to Eagle FC.
Bellator.
Something bare knuckle.
I mean, but either way, he's still gonna. I mean, he's pulling out of fights, so it's just
I don't know.
It's just sad because that fight actually had heat on it. I don't know if you remember, but they sent pictures back to each other and they had the glasses down, and he's like, "I'm watching you," and the other one, so that was like 2 years ago. So that fight should have been happened. I don't know what's happening with Darren Till, but I do feel bad about that. But Action Man is stepping in, and Chris Curtis. I mean, he's looked good.
Is it for sure?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Or is it just talks?
Already announced.
They just announced it.
Yeah, as announced. And we're talking middleweight. Let's see. Where's Jackie boy? Where's he ranked right now?
I'm glad they found somebody to fill in.
Well,
I would hate to see Hermanson not get a fight.
well,
And the London card lose the fight.
And that was the co-main event. Chris Curtis is not ranked. He comes in, he beats Jack Hermanson. He breaks into the top 10. Jack's it's crazy to me.
I seen him too at the expo. He's got mad confidence and just his energy is crazy. So
yeah, he's been like that for
definitely
a while.
gonna break in.
And then I'm actually just looking at the rankings, so I had to bring this up. Shout out to Drakus Duplessis, man. He just broke into the top 15 with that beautiful fight with Brad Tavares, man. Changed that man's hair from blonde to blonde blood.
Red.
That was a great fight, dude. But Drakus is the real deal.
Definitely was.
So this is not even on anything I wanted to even discuss, but just looking at these rankings, Drakus Duplessis and Calvin Gastelum are supposed to fight a couple weeks ago. He was actually stepping in for somebody for Calvin Gastelum, and that fight needs to happen. The way we see Drakus fight,
forgot his name.
but I think Drakus and Calvin should still fight. That's a great fight, honestly. There's no lie about that. But
that would definitely be a great fight.
Chris Curtis comes in, not ranked. I think he's on like a 4-fight win streak. Comes in and beats Jack Hermanson, breaks into the top 10. You're looking at him fighting Paulo Costa and all these big names, man. You're looking at him.
Really?
Derek Brunson needs a fight too. I know that. Did you see Makachev, what he said today?
No. I missed it.
He said he wants Chandler. He said me and Mike Chandler should fight. He said it don't matter what it is. All roads lead to the gold.
So he's willing to skip that title fight.
Well, this is what I don't understand. Where's Benil Darush?
He's been creeping. He's been there the whole time. He's just people are sleeping on him.
Well, no. What I'm asking is the only reason I'm asking is because it was supposed to be Makachev and Benil.
Yeah. Like what they canceled it like twice?
I know the July car, or was it July, or it was one of these couple weeks ago or whatever, but June or something. But Benil said that he'd be ready in October.
Like to see that. Him and Makachev.
It's hard, man.
I don't think Makachev will take it though. He wants a bigger fight, supposedly.
I don't know, man. And
But
then,
that's a big fight. Everyone's sleeping on the deal. That's a big fight.
absolutely. Well, then you got Benil calling out Poirier. He says he thinks he deserves that fight.
It makes sense, but Poirier
I like Poirier and Chandler though. I think we should do.
Exactly.
We should do Makachev and Benil.
Right now.
We should do
Poirier
and Poirier and Chandler.
Exactly.
I think that's what should happen. But then again, who the hell is gonna? There's nobody.
You can only wish.
There's nobody else, bro. There's nobody else. I'm looking at the thing right now. You got Charles, Dustin, Gaethje, Islam, Chandler. I mean, you want to put Gamrot in there? Hold on. I forgot what Dana said. Dana said they were doing matchmaking. They're probably gonna do Gamrot and Darush like Dana wants.
That makes sense. That would be a really good fight. There's so many fights in the
There's a lot of good fights.
Lightweight is that.
I think Poirier and Chandler need to fight, bro.
They need to. ASAP.
No, they definitely need. So, did you see FIZIEV and CONOR getting into it today?
Make it happen.
Did you see that?
Yeah, about yeah, I see some of the
Matrix. The Matrix kick.
Yeah, when he CONOR was talking about transitioning it into an axe kick.
Yes. I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, CONOR's. I don't want to say he's sitting there trying to stay, relevant. This dude's fighting this weekend, so he's got to bring up this guy's name or some bullshit. But yeah. I mean, rest up, train, get back in there, CONOR, and let's see what's going to go on with you because.
Crazy to think he's ranked. How far down he's ranked.
He's ranked 12th.
That's insane. I would have never pictured that.
He's back there, man. He's back there. Where am I? All right, man. I think we are gonna do predictions. You're not able to look at the card for this weekend, are you?
Yeah.
You can?
I got the you want to look at the preloads or the main card?
I got the whole card up right here. I followed this gentleman, and he actually posts like he shows like the full updates of the cards and everything. So I'm actually able to see what the main card and the prelims look like at the same time. So I'm ready. I just didn't know if you were able to pull them up.
Yeah, just
ready.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Awesome. So I only picked three of the main three cards on the prelims. I honestly, man, I love Trayshawn Gore. I followed him on the Ultimate Fighter. I watched obviously every episode, and I love the guy. I think he's gonna get the W. Your fight that you're prepared to watch, or I already know who you're picking, but Shevchenko and Courtney Casey. I think Courtney Casey needs to just be dominant. If not, she has a really good chance of getting screwed, honestly, because just due to the fact that I've watched so many fights of hers, and I feel like she's won so many of the fights, and then she loses just because of a judge. It's horrible.
Yeah, exactly.
So again, at the end of the day, she could step her game up.
She's got a lot of confidence coming off that insane win.
Yes,
Because her performance was bad night. She's been improving a lot. So I'm excited to see her move up in the rankings.
And do you think you think she gets the W against Shevchenko?
I think so. I think she'll have a performance like her last one.
It's hard, man. It's hard because I've seen Shevchenko. I mean,
She's nice. Don't get me wrong.
No,
she's good.
She is. She's not her sister.
She's I don't know.
And I watched.
Definitely not her sister.
I was in Texas when Andrea Lee submitted her, so it's a tough one. I think it's gonna go to decision. I think Shevchenko's gonna win. I think it's hard to say though. That's a hard fight. I'm not. That's a fight I'm not gonna bet on. If I do bet, it would be over. It'd be over a round and a half, over 2 rounds for sure. And then the main event actually that for the prelims is going to be Zahabi, and then another Ultimate Fighter alum, Tercio. That's who I'm picking. I'm picking Crazy Ricky because again,
It's crazy.
I'm a big Ultimate Fighter fan. I love watching the Ultimate Fighter and watching him fight throughout the season. He's nuts. I follow him on Instagram.
They got some.
He was asking for sponsors, and then he was getting some. So it's great to see just to his rise, and so he's gonna go into this.
Yeah,
It's awesome to see. And then so I picked the whole entire main card because the main cards, I like it. I like the whole main card.
Yeah, it's really good.
You got Michael Johnson, and you got Malarkey. I already explained to you. Yeah, I already told you I'm a Jamie Malarkey. I already told you I'm a big Michael Johnson fan. I love Michael Johnson. Who doesn't? The dude's literally a Hall of Famer. He should, no questions asked, be in the Hall of Fame. He's gonna try to make that run again.
He's a legend. He's been doing it for a while.
He's really the only person to really finish.
And he trains with.
What'd you say?
He trains with killers, so.
Yeah, I think he gets it done. I think he's gonna try to make his little run again. I don't know how far it's gonna get, but I think he gets a good. Malarkey's tough, by the way. Dude. Malarkey is tough as nails. Yeah. I just, you can't go against.
Johnson will be the better man that night.
I think Michael Johnson's got it done. Who are you picking?
Michael Johnson. Go with Michael Johnson.
Then you got Cynthia Cavallo versus Nina.
Yeah, that was hard. That was definitely a hard one to pick. It's definitely one I wouldn't bet on. But I'm gonna lean over to Nina just a little.
I'm gonna pick Nina Nunes as well. I think due to the fact that her wife is also in camp, gives Nina an extra edge to boost her training as well. Her wife's in there just taking that L, a couple months back to Juliana, and and they're rematching. I bet you Amanda Nunes, realistically, if she really wants that belt back, she's got a huge spark up her ass, and that her wife's also training and fighting.
She's gonna try to finish her.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Nunes as well. I like the fight. this next fight, it's hard. It's hard for me to pick on this fight who I want to win. Chase Sherman versus Vandera. I love Chase Sherman. I don't know why. You know, the Vanilla Gorilla, man, I've always rocked with him. I mean, his chin's not there no more.
It definitely is it.
No,
He's gonna have to. Just
I think Vandera is going to try to take him down on a realistic. I don't. I'll be honest with you. I think Vandera is going to take him down.
definitely.
And I think that's the only way Vandera is going to win. If that's a good answer for you, I think if it stays standing, I think Sherman gets him. But I think Vandera is going to end up getting him.
Yeah, definitely on the ground.
Silva DeAndre
Douglas said.
versus
Another
Nurmagomedov.
the cousin
Yeah,
El Primo of the
yeah.
Eagle.
What? I mean, this Nurmagomedov has lost a few times though. I want to say.
He does. He has.
So he's got talents as like his relatives, but they're not there. They're not up to par. I would say. Silva's
He's
getting
definitely
older.
different.
Silva's little. Silva's getting older. I am picking Nurmagomedov. I'm not gonna know if it's gonna go decision or a submission, but I do see that fight going in Nurmagomedov's way.
Definitely. Go to the decision.
Yeah. But I definitely got Nurmagomedov.
I'll take a hit too.
Dude, the co-main event's awesome too. I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of Baralo. I love I don't know, the kid with the glasses and just the way he was a huge underdog in his last fight, dude. And he ended up wrestling the guy and just dominating him, and people didn't think it was gonna happen.
Took it.
So I think he's gonna take this one again. I do. I think he's gonna continue his role. And you might see him in the top 15 fighting one of these big names coming up soon. I mean, that's who I'm picking. I don't know who you're picking. Who are you picking?
I pick it Kyle.
Okay. And then obviously in the main event, Rafi versus Rafi.
Battle of the Raffies.
Which one you picking? Young or old?
That was a hard one. That's definitely what I would bet on.
Yeah. I mean,
versus old.
I look at it like this: the only way I'd bet on it is if I do round bets over a round and a half, over 2 rounds, something along those lines. It's hard for a fight to I don't know who's gonna win. I don't think FIZIEV can finish RDA.
Definitely not. It's gonna be a good fight. I don't see it going to the ground.
100%. So that's, like I said, that's where I stand with that. I mean, if I have to pick, I'm gonna say that FIZIEV's gonna win by decision due to cardio. Due to cardio.
Yeah.
Because RDA just fought Moicano in that 5-round slugfest, and RDA was getting tired in those last 2 rounds, and he was getting fucking blasted, dude.
Yeah, he's gonna have to take his time, but he's Dos Anjos. I don't think he's gonna go in there.
Well, if he can lay on that wrestling game and take him down, FIZIEV fights but FIZIEV fights out of Tiger, so it's like you don't know.
Striker versus grappler.
And again, this is why they made the fight, because we don't know who's gonna win, dude. And that's why they kept the fight. That's why they kept the fight, to keep happening. So this is a fight. But yeah, I mean, honestly, that's really it for me. I got really nothing more to talk about. We can get back to this next week after Saturday's events. I mean, there is a couple things I do want to talk about. Gegard Mousasi getting dominated, losing his title.
Crazy, right?
He got dropped and then dominated the entire fight after that. So just seeing that's insane. I don't know what's gonna happen with him next. A lot of stuff. Did you see Nate Diaz smack the reporter at 276?
Yeah, he was there this weekend. This
He's
past weekend.
he smacked one of the recorder. There was like a
He's from Full Send, the Full Send
yeah
report.
yeah he like
Yeah, he was
smacked him or
there. He
something.
smacked the mic out of his hand and then just smacked him.
Yeah.
Like, he like stumbled a little bit. He got him with the Stockton slap.
So yeah, all in all, it was definitely a good international fight week. It was fantastic. The Hall of Fame, DC, Habib.
That was very emotional, actually.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Cub
Swanson,
Swanson, yeah. I
you had
wonder why
Giga, had
Doug
Max.
Choi wasn't there. But yeah, brother, let's wrap this up. It's good to talk to you.
Always.
We're gonna have an Instagram, YouTube. We're gonna be on there as much as possible. Like, share, subscribe. We're gonna try to get this out to many people. We're gonna try to
Check
do
us
this on a
out.
weekly basis. Yes, sir.
Let's do it.